One and all, I'm going to ask all of you to get a little closer, or at least try to hold each other's hands for a moment, if we could all connect. And I invite you to join me real briefly in a mantra that we're going to repeat just a few times. And it goes like this. I am you, you are me, we are one. I am you, you are me, we are one. I am you, you are me, we are one. Thank you. So I want to begin by acknowledging that I am not a teacher. I am a participant on this 14 billion year cosmic experiment that's brought us all here today at the Global Ayahuasca Conference in Spain. And I'm humbled to share some observations and insights which I hope provoke something magical inside of you that gets birthed in the world. I want to share real quickly my story, and that is one of the before version of Barry. So I was once a Silicon Valley tech entrepreneur who had started a company and sold it. I was a self-made millionaire. I owned a lot of belongings, and yet I was starving my soul. I wasn't happy deep down inside. And it really was until I drank the vine that I truly became alive and woke up to who I truly am and what I'm meant to do. And I get to share that all with you. So, how many of you have decided to take the red pill and sit with Mother Aya? Yes. And how many of you have seen the movie Avatar and truly understand what it feels to be at one with all, including Mother Nature, a complete and utter state of oneness in the world? Yes. So many of us are already on this journey, and some of us have drank ayahuasca, and others have leveraged other modalities to experience this beautiful interworld connection. Regardless, I hope that all of you are clearly seeing what's happening right now with humanity and our planet in 2020. And if not, this will become even more clear in 2020, which is perfect vision. We are murdering our mother, and it's not okay. And for years I had hoped that someone else would deal with the problem. And sadly, it's a challenge that we all share, that we get to collectively contribute towards solving. And so we've talked to many masters of many different professions, and it seems to be universal that we all believe that the problem can be solved through higher consciousness. And so how do we create a world that operates with a higher consciousness? Well, perhaps we need to speed up our evolution, humanity's ascension, to another level or dimension for solving the problems that we initially created. And perhaps one way to do that is our work with ayahuasca. There are beautiful ceremonies happening all over the world in such gorgeous light. And there are so many that are practicing integration programs that are supporting these ceremonies with people becoming really fully aligned with who they're meant to be and how they can step forward in society. One of the things, however, we see largely missing from affecting change globally is how we put these practices to work. So imagine a world where the leaders of today make their decisions not from the mind, but travel the greatest journey beyond the mind, 18 inches into their heart. Imagine how the world might start to be different and exceptional. Imagine if Aya was put to work in the workplace. These are the questions that we've pondered and that we're now playing with in a beautiful and an extraordinary way. So the Japanese have a wonderful way of aligning values with work, which is why they're known for excellence in all that they do. How many of you are living your purpose? How many of you are putting your passions and creating extraordinary performance, especially in the workplace? Well, it turns out there's a bit of an evolution for humanity in how we go to work and play. And many of you have seen how entrepreneurs can disrupt businesses transform industries. I grew up before the internet was invented, and I've seen the internet completely transform my world and many others' societies in some beautiful ways and maybe some not so beautiful ways. We're still learning. It's still early on. And I see ayahuasca having already changed my life, the lives of so many, and can truly change society and this planet. And so we decided to create an organization called One Heart, a group of founders and entrepreneurs who are operating in a heart space, who are ready to come together and collaborate to enrich the human race, one that lives at one with Mother Nature under the same sun, so that we all can ascend to our highest potential. My brother, my best friend, Brandon Evans, lived 40 years on this planet living a lie. He created companies that birthed products that the world does not need. And he, on the cover of magazines, would seem to be very successful, and yet behind closed doors was terribly unhappy. Brandon decided to go to journey beyond. And it was in this article that he posted on Medium where he shared with the world, including his parents, which was very hard for him to do, that he was lost, but on purpose. That he was going to be who he truly knew he got to be, thanks to Aya. And this article went viral and inspired many other founders and entrepreneurs who decided that they too could upgrade their operating systems. Imagine founders operating with Aya. Yeah? Ask Siri, ask Alexa. No, ask Aya. These are the evolved entrepreneurs of our time. And I'm going to share some stories with you of why this might inspire you to inspire others. So how many of you have heard of conscious capitalism? Yes? It turns out that capitalism itself is about greed. Companies exist just to make profit, and they have no soul. And conscious companies serve society. They care about people and profit and the planet. These are some examples of conscious companies. I've invested in some, I advise some, and some of these folks are with our tribe. And we're growing. And it turns out investors are starting to see that not only do these companies make money, but they also win hearts and outperform every other company in their category. So you can do well and do good. And best of all, we can start to solve planetary problems because we have abundance and resources. Richard Branson believes this is the model for how we can transform the world and society. Bono has said that while charity is wonderful, getting modern-day corporations focused on humanitarian efforts matters quite a lot and can make the biggest difference. And little old me, when I was with my family, my life partner Christine and my two sons, Bo and Nico, ages 5 and 8, we were sending out these luminarias into the air. One fell from the sky, literally came down in our hands, and this is what it read: "Be around the magic makers, the world shifters, the game changers, the light bringers." Yes, we get to organize together. And so Brandon and I decided to create a journey of these extraordinary individuals, and we decided to call it One Heart Journeys. And we put a call out to the world, inviting them to come and join us in ceremony. And they came. This is our first journey. And unbelievable people came, medical doctors, scientists, some fantastic entrepreneurs. And two people in particular on the first night looked at each other and right away knew that they were in love and knew that they were soulmates. They held hands during holotropic breath work. More about these two. Coralie from France had a vision during her ayahuasca ceremony, and that was to birth a sweet spray, which is what we all use after ayahuasca ceremonies, that could be completely birthed by the earth. And now she's distilling these in a responsible way, and it's starting to be distributed in the States, and we hope to grow it worldwide. This is journey number 2, where we grew from 25 to 44. Unbelievable, heart-led leaders. We came together as a soul family, and now we're leaving these journeys as a collective committed to changing ourselves, each other, and the world around us. And by the way, Matt and Coralie decided to get married during Journey 2, which was a beautiful gift for them to share with all of us and all of us to share with them. I also want to share one of our tribe members, and that's Megan, who spent years working for a major agency and company called Sapient Razorfish, and now she's committed to telling stories that support the sacred. And she just produced a beautiful film with Google for UN, for the United Nations Women, sharing women's human rights that's right now going global, viral for them. It's a beautiful film about courage, poverty, sex trading, and it's a really important story to share, and I'm just so proud of her for stepping into her highest. How many of you have seen this post by Lenny Kravitz on Instagram? It reads, It's time to turn it over to women. Men have had their chance to run the world, and look where we are. This is journey 3. Beautiful things are starting to manifest. This is all within the last year, by the way. So in just 1 year, we've grown our community, our tribe, to over 100 beautiful, bright beings. 90% of those members are active weekly. We have 25% of those members who have actually exited companies and or are currently, 80% are actually leading purpose-driven organizations. We also have a really rich network, and the tribe has already come together and pooled money to support not only a center, but we're in talks right now of how we can with great integrity, give back to the indigenous populations and really truly bring things full circle. Our next journey is going to be later this summer, and we're very excited because we've learned so much about how we can continue to bring our magic and the magic of others as a global society to the next level. I want to share with you a few words of inspiration that I hope touch, move your spirit, your soul, and perhaps these words will really resonate with you either now or later. The first is that in Aya we trust. I've gone also through a digital detox. I realized that the same phone that I love so much also sucks energy from me, and so it's really important that we can separate ourselves. A wonderful friend of ours, Jaguar, has a quote, and he says, "If you can suspend logic, you create space for magic," which is something that we truly encourage on our journeys. There's also a beautiful quote that reads, "We are not humans having a spiritual experience, we are spiritual beings having a human experience." So remembering who we are now and always, and having a community to do that is truly a blessing. So my friends, my brothers, my sisters, I invite you to breathe in the magic that's all around you. I invite you to be fully expressed. I lived so many years of my life. I grew up in a home with two parents that taught me that everything was sacred. And for so long, I tried to act like others and tried to belong to groups and pretend who I was. And I now have gotten past that and decided to be fully expressed. I also encourage everyone to integrate oneness. Work-life balance doesn't exist. There just is the version of you, who you are at work and who you are in life matters. And there's a beautiful thing when we unite our superpowers and combine them for the greater good. So please share. As we journey beyond the me to the we, to elevate humanity, let us create a beautiful love story, shall we? Love everything. Choose love. Choose love. Last lastly, I want to honor one of our shamans who could not make it to this conference because his wife is sick. And he has a beautiful expression as I wrap up, and it's that ayahuasca doesn't make me a better person. Ayahuasca makes me want to be a better person. And so if I could invite you just to close your eyes for one moment, please, and send love and kindness to all those who are sick, all those who are in need of healing, all those who right now are thriving and sharing their light with the world, who are radiating wonders and beauty and joy and happiness, for we truly are living heaven on earth. I thank you all, and I invite you to connect with me if you feel called on social media, and or visit our website at oneheartjourneys.com if you'd like to be a part of our tribe. Thank you very much.